Today I am doing a bag change video. I have mentioned in previous videos that I use Hollister. The reason I use Hollister is because I'm allergic to everything else. I saw all of those cute short bags, like the black bags, that I wanted so bad. So I tried samples of those. I tried samples of every other big brand that they have out there. And unfortunately I was allergic to all of them. I was even allergic to the clear sticker that they put over the X when they marked the location of my stoma. I was allergic to that. So I predicted that I was going to be having some issues with skin sensitivity and the different brands that I can or can't use. But it's a blessing that there is a brand that I can use, and that's Hollister. But I don't like the length of the Hollister bags. They don't have any of the shorter ones, and they hit me at a really weird spot. The plastic is pokey on my leg, and it just feels really awkward. So I found a way that I could shorten the Hollister bags, like you can see here. And what I did was I got adhesive hook and loop. It's Velcro. This is Novona brand. I got it on Amazon. It comes in rolls. It's 30-foot rolls, and I'm only using about 1/4 of an inch at a time. So I cut up the fabric from this section of the back of the bag. I found whenever I didn't cut the fabric and I was just using the adhesive on it, it would come off. So this way the adhesive is stuck to the actual plastic, so it stays for the entire time that I wear the bag. And what I do is I cut like a little 1/4 of an inch piece, and I put the crunchy side down here, and then I put the soft side on top of that, and peel off the paper from the soft side, and then I fold it up. So it looks like that from the back because it's folded up, and you can see that it is not stuck to the fabric, it's stuck to the plastic, so it's going to stay the whole time I wear the bag. And then I just wear it like that. And it's a really comfortable length, and I found that it is actually more comfortable than a lot of the other brands that I found. This part, it doesn't bother me at all. It's not usually really touching my skin in an uncomfortable way, and it's not where my leg folds or anything anymore. And the bag is still a good size where I don't have to worry about it. The only thing I do to empty it though is unvelcro it and then empty it, clean it like normal, and when it's undone, you can see you're able to clean it, and this Velcro is not in the way because it's up there. So that's what I do for my Hollister bags to make them even more comfortable, and it's been a lifesaver for me, and I wanted to share it with everybody else who might have the same issue where the adhesive from Hollister is gentle on their skin. They just don't like the shape of the bag. There are things that you can do with your bags to make them more comfortable for you. So that's that. Now I'm going to start with my bag change. I already know the size of my stoma and the shape. It is not a circle, so I just cut off this right here because it's shorter than it is wide. And then I start. First thing, adhesive remover spray. I have used the Ascenta brand, which is good, and this is the Hollister brand, which is also good. Well, actually, I can't think and talk at the same time, cut and talk at the same time. I can't do anything and anything at the same time. I can't chew gum and walk at the same time. I told you I was cutting it in an oval, and as I was telling you I was cutting it in an oval, I cut it in a circle. But I have been doing my exercises, and I think that for some reason with the exercising, my stoma is swollen. So that's a blessing that it'll work anyway. So first thing I'm doing is cleaning off my stoma. Shrink. I use the Esenta adhesive remover wipes to get any leftover adhesive or barrier ring. And I'm checking out how my skin is doing. I did some new things over the past week, and it is also summer, so I've been getting really sweaty, and I started showering with my bag out instead of covered for the first time. I know this is normal for a lot of people, but I've always covered my bag. And so I'm just trying new things out and seeing what works for my skin and for my routines with the weather and the sweating to make sure that it stays clean under there. Now I have an Adapt barrier ring, and that is the Hollister brand, and I've really liked these. I haven't tried any other barrier rings, I don't believe, because these have worked for me. I don't use a whole one though. A lot of people will just take the whole thing and stick it on there, but whenever I first had my surgery, my stoma was flush, retracted, and it just created too much bulk and caused my stoma to kind of shrink in and made it more susceptible to leakage. And so I only use a little over about a third at a time of the barrier ring. You just saw me cut it. Then I push it on and make sure it gets stuck. I actually think that I used a bigger piece than I usually do, so we'll see how it works out. I took a little bit off, but everything is trial and error, and it's different for everyone. I don't use any skin prep, anything like that. I just use clean water after the adhesive remover, just to take off any chemicals that might still be there. And then dry it really good. This is what the barrier ring looks like. Just checking it out so I know next time what it looked like this time. In the beginning, it was different. Every bag change. Sometimes there was irritation. Sometimes there was just issues with the stitches around. And so it's always good to just check out and make sure that there's not anything that needs to be addressed with something else. Some people use powder if they have any irritation, and then you have to use a barrier wipe, which I am allergic to. So I just, less is more for me. The less that I put on my skin, the less angry it is. So I have my husband, he helps me. I don't have depth perception, and so he tells me how to line it up.
Good job.
And that's it. And now I hold it for about 5 minutes. And if you don't have a convex bag, you have to like run your finger right around your stoma. But if you have a convex bag, just putting pressure on it is sufficient. So I just put pressure on it, and I don't do anything crazy, like cartwheels or anything. in the first few minutes to hours after I do my bag change. And I also wear a belt whenever I first do my bag change. Really, I had a revision surgery to pull my stoma out more because it was flush and retracted and it was very hard to manage. And hold please. So I had to wear a support belt at all times. Oh, I forgot something. I need to peel off this white paper from the sides. I forget that almost every time. It's been 10 months and you'd think that I would remember it by now. But alas, here we are. So whenever I first put the new bag on, I put the belt on. And what I was saying was that I had to wear the belt all the time. And I was very aggravated with it. And I didn't like it. And I just would see all of the other people with ostomies on the internet. And they would just be free. And they just have their bag and no belt. And I wanted that. So I had a revision surgery along with the surgery to cut open my butt for the seroma. And that's the whole other video, which is now closed, by the way. That's super exciting. And when I had that surgery, at first I thought that it didn't work because my stoma looked like it was still really small, and I thought that the swelling was going to go down and I was still going to have to wear a belt all the time. But it turns out you can see that my stoma protrudes pretty good now, and that's great, but I feel a lot more comfortable with the belt. Whenever I go to doctor's appointments, if I have to go anywhere in public and my bag fills up, I feel very uncomfortable with it pulling down on my belly, and I feel worried that it's going to cause leaks behind there, and it's probably just me being paranoid about it. But the security of the belt it's really nice. It feels better. But now I get to take my belt off when I sleep, and that's been a huge difference. Before, I wore it during the day, I wore it during the night, I had to wear it around the clock. So now it's an optional thing and not a necessary thing, so that just makes it feel a little better. And also my outfits do look better without it, so if I want to look cute and empty my bag more, then I can do that. But in any case, that's my bag change. And also that is a way that you can modify Hollister bags to make them shorter. I'm going to take this off so you can see where it sits on my body. This is where my leg crease is. It's a lot better than where it was, and that's been helpful for me because the Hollister bags are really great and they are very comfortable, and they could be less crinkly, let's be honest. But I really like them, so I'm glad that there is a way that I can have that kind of cute smaller bag look and the comfort of it being shorter by just folding it up and velcroing it. And I haven't seen any of the other people with ostomies do this in their videos, and so that's why I wanted to include it, because it might be something, someone might be between brands and choose another brand that doesn't work for them as well because the Hollister bags are so long. And I like the Hollister closure better than all of them. I feel like it's easiest to clean. And so there are so many things that I like about it. It's good that there is a way to modify it and make it more comfortable. But anyway, that is my bag change today. So